Are you finding it hard to gain traction in your network marketing business? Maybe it's because you don't have a solid DMO that works for you. But did you know that a successful DMO consists of 3 phases? Well, you're about to find out exactly what these 3 phases are and how you can set yourself up with a DMO that'll work, that'll take your business to the next level. So let's level up. Hi there, I'm Coach Isai, coming at you with more tips, tricks, and advice so that you can get the most out of your network marketing business. So as you're hopping on, I'd love it if you could, if you can hit that like button, smash the heart if you really feel like it. I really want to know where this message is getting out to. So just drop in the comments like where you're tuning in from, and let's get right to it. One of the hardest things to watch in our industry are those people with massive dreams who encounter, a few roadblocks and, a few hiccups in their business. And, it's difficult watching them just give up. And so, there's a few reasons why people end up, quitting, and almost all of them are essentially avoidable. Like what I mean by this is that more often than not, people give up because their lack of results. And these lack of results can almost always be tied to, they can be tied back to not using a daily method of operation, or a DMO. In case you're, not familiar with the phrase, DMO, or daily method of operation, is essentially the things that you do in sequential order, or what you do on a daily basis, day in and day out, that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. So let's talk about this a little bit. So people that embrace daily revenue generating habits they're much more likely to succeed than those who don't. As a network marketer, it's your job essentially to show up consistently, build an audience and deliver value for them, to them. Think of what your day looks like at the office, or whatever it is that you currently work on, that you do. There's typically a routine you follow once you start your day, right? So there's an overall process, and that's where, that's what you've been hired to do, essentially. You know what I mean? So you've been hired, let's say, to carry out this process day in and day out, like clockwork, essentially. So for instance, like in retail, the DMO might include things like, designated key holder opening the store, and then turning on the lights. You need lights, right? Music, etc. Stocking shelves, and whatever the case may be. Opening the cash register, like all these things, and finally greeting customers as they enter the store. You know what I mean? So every day there's a routine that pretty much remains the same, day in, day out. And although this might feel tedious and maybe even boring, if you're the one that's going through the motions, then just know that this way of operating is like a turnkey model, you know what I mean, of operating a business. And this is the reason why retail stores, they operate the way they do, like well-oiled machines. And the outcome is predictable, you know what I mean? Everyone involved is the associates, the management, and, the entire, the staff, they all know that, you know, they all know what to expect. You know, even the customers, you know, they receive this sense of, you know, of comfort, if you will. So have you ever noticed that although you walk into a Starbucks, say in the Metro DC area like here, and the vibe and the energy, it feels the same as if you were walking into like a Starbucks in Seattle, you know what I mean? Like, the reason for this is that the daily method of operation creates this sense of comfort, you know what I mean? So like, and this familiarity. So essentially you're used to a certain experience, right? You expect the experience, and then you receive the experience. It's a beautiful thing. So there are 3 phases to consider for your daily method of operation. And regardless of how you decide to structure your DMO, the end goal is always the same: consistent results. Let's also keep in mind here that you need to know where you are in your business currently. Like, where are you in your business? You need to know this in order to be able to apply a DMO that works for you. So, for example, someone who already has, you know, a large team built out, they have, like, you know, they have a phase 1 goal, let's say, of geared towards like leading, versus someone who is just, you know, getting started in their business. You know, they may have a goal of recruiting, say. So again, back to the 3 phases of a successful DMO. Phase 1 is mindset. So phase 1 is your mindset. I'm sure you're thinking, well, that comes as, you know, no surprise. You will be surprised, right? So whether you start your day with, you know, morning devotional or meditation, or, you know, an inspiring video on YouTube, don't overlook feeding your mind. You feed your body every day, right? You have to feed your mind as well. You know, starting your day off by focusing your mind and your mindset will set the rest of your day. It's going to set the tone up for the rest of your day. Find something that you enjoy doing and stick with it. You know, like, that's the key. You know, you can read, you can, you know, listen to an audiobook or a podcast, watch a video, meditate in silence, pray. You know, people love to pray. There's really no wrong answer. Just choose something that works for you, you know, and stick with it. I personally start my day off with the lifesavers. If you know, I learned this technique in the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Essentially, I don't want to get too much into detail, but each letter of, you know, savers or lifesavers, the SAVERS, stands for something you should be doing in the morning. So the S stands for silence. So you start your day with 5 to 10 minutes of silence. Then the A is affirmations. You go through some affirmations. Then you visualize. The V is for visualize. You want to visualize what you're going to be doing, you know, throughout the course of the day to move you towards your, you know, to your goal. And then the E is for exercise. R is for reading. And S is for scribing. So you want to be writing, you know, what your plan of attack is for that day. You know what I mean? So this is essentially what I do. As far as exercise, I choose yoga because it kind of centers me. Early in the morning, you get a good stretch, you get a little workout. You know what I mean? For me, it just works out awesome. This might be a little too much if you're, you know, when you're first starting out. Beginning your day with 15 minutes and closing your day the same way can be, you know, can be a huge, huge game changer. When your mind is straight, everything else just kind of falls into place. You know what I mean? So again, let's go back to now let's talk about phase 2. And this is a good one. Phase 2 is skill set. So in your DMO, you should include time to work on your skill set. For example, if you're focused on the skill set of relationship building, then spend the first 10 or 15 minutes learning and maybe some implementation of it. And that's basically it. Don't get stuck in the analysis paralysis phase. Learn something, learn it, then implement it. You know what I mean? Like there's no better way of learning something by, reading and brushing up, and then, you have it in here, and then practice it. Take the action on that, whatever it is that you learn. Remember, knowledge is only power once it's applied. I can't stress this enough. So you have to stop wasting all of your precious time learning and not implementing. They essentially work in tandem. They have to go together. Learning and action is how you're going to learn. Learning, action. So phase 3, let's keep this moving. Developing content. Get into the habit of creating content daily. And this is a big one. This is what got me started documenting ideas. And you should be either creating content or documenting ideas daily. So one of the most common hurdles as a network marketer is having content to share. Or should I say, not having content to share, however it is you want to look at it. So you want to get into the habit of making content you can use daily. So this will also help you, when you don't have as much time to come up with content, so if you have stuff already, if you're constantly generating and creating content and documenting, then you'll eventually have like so much content that what to share won't be a problem. You know what I mean? Keep an ongoing log or, like a notes section around, so that, in your bag or in your purse or in your car, use a tool and a technique that works for you. You know what I mean? And make sure you're adding to this, to it every day. Like as a rule of thumb, you should be spending at least 10 or 15 minutes a day brainstorming and, creating content or documenting ideas. This might take some time at first, to adjust. And, but once you got it down and it becomes automatic, I guarantee that you'll notice a huge difference in the outcome of your business. So I hope you found value in this training. Share this with your team, and don't forget to follow me on Facebook. Set it to see first. On YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Come on. Give it a thumbs up. Hit the little bell icon so that you get notified when I when I upload a new video. If you love this training, if you love it, feel free to reach out to me directly. You can message me at the address in the description. I check each and every message personally. I look forward to adding as much value to your life as I possibly can. Also, you may not know this, but I have a home business of my own, where I'm constantly looking for, sharp individuals like you who are hungry to make money from home. And, even if it's on, say, a very part-time basis, if that sounds like you and, you're ready to run with it, then again, feel free to reach out to me. My address is down in the description. And hey, just remember, it might not be for you. This may not even be a fit. That's totally cool. If it's not, that's okay. And just keep tuning in and enjoying the inspiration. And lastly, while you're down there in the description, click on the link and sign up for your free Attraction Marketing Formula Bootcamp and learn how you can start attracting people to you and your business rather than chasing deadbeat leads all day long. And if for no other reason, sign up to stay up to date, connected, and informed as I update my blog with fresh new content just for you. I'm excited to see your name on my list next. So, until the next video, take care now. Bye.